Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. Who else were you expecting? Anyway, people, let's talk. This is my post-market wrap-up on this Monday, September 13th, 2021. Well, what happened? Let's start off with the markets. Just lovely. Nice gain for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, like 260 something points. A gain for the S&P 500. The Nasdaq, a fractional loss. Okay, lovely. All in all, pretty much, I guess, what we would expect if you're keeping your eye on that 10-year yield, 1.32. People, are you watching the 10-year yield? It is like almost frozen in time, and the market loves it here. The market loves it here, period. The dollar today, relatively flat, nothing major going on over there. Crude oil, whammo. Over $70 a barrel, about $70.56 last time I checked it. And let me ask you, just sit back a moment, take a deep breath, and I want you to put your thinking cap on for a moment. I don't have a thinking cap around here, but I'm going to pretend I'm putting one on right now. Yeah, thinking cap. Yes, my thinking cap is working. How about you? Let's turn it up a little bit. Now, being that crude oil today was bid higher nicely, which sectors of the market would you expect to have done well today? Bing, bing, bing. Yes, exactly. Energy. I believe energy was the top performing sector today. And then financials, of course. You know how this works, but I'm bringing this to your attention again because I want you to see in real time how it works, how important crude oil is to these two sectors in the market, subsequently how it lifts everything with it, except for tech stocks. Okay, whatever. S&P 500, Dow, boom, higher. It's just an amazing phenomenon to see. It's funny though, if you were to listen to or turn on any of the, well, let's just call it dog shit, mainstream financial channels, they're never, ever going to put that together for you. They're never going to do it. I don't know why. Maybe it's not part of their script because that's all they do is read scripts. Let's talk about some of the script today that we got here from the mainstream media outlets. And I'm going to set the record straight real quick. So there's a lot of speculation that next week is the Fed, FOMC, big announcement, meeting, monetary policy, whatever. Well, you turn it on like CNBC and they're like, do you think the Fed, are they really going to taper? Are we going to get a taper next week? Well, I don't know. We're going to have to see. Well, maybe, who knows? How about we know? How about no? No taper, okay? I'm telling you right now, over a week in advance, there will be no taper. With regard to the federal funds rate, is the Fed going to raise the federal funds rate next week? I would say the odds are strongly against it. However, I already told you that if and when it comes to the point where the Fed raises or nudges the federal funds rate, off of zero, I believe the market is going to react positively. I would not be surprised on that day. Let's just play a game for a moment, okay? Let's say next week the Federal Reserve, decides to raise the federal funds rate. What I think will happen on that day, a several 100-point gain in the Dow. All right, let's see if I'm right on that. I sincerely believe the market will love it. I really do. Now, remember what I'm talking about, people. The federal funds rate has nothing to do with tapering or anything whatsoever. Okay, all it is the overnight lending rate between institutions. You understand? So, with that said, I don't believe this is going to happen, but I really do kind of hope that they do. I think the chances are very low. Taper, forget about it. I think any one of you that follows this blog and understand what's going on, speaking of what's going on, how about some economic news today? Oh, Let me ask you before I even tell you. You probably know already. Some of you at least. Would you be shocked or surprised at all to find out that we got yet another piece of bad economic news and the market finished higher for the most part? No, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? So here, this is, you know what? This is sad. I'm kind of making fun of it and laughing in the background in my head here. But the truth of the matter is, it's embarrassing. So for August, the budget deficit here in the United States, $171 billion. Remember that number, $171 billion. That's our budget deficit. Now, just for laughs, if you want to, go turn on, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, and they're gonna tell you this is actually a good thing because it could have been worse, number one, and number two, it was higher last year by a couple of billion. This is what they do. They take something like a budget deficit, $171 billion, and say, oh, it's great, because it really could have been worse, and it was worse last year, so maybe we should all have a party. That's what they do, people. It's a mind-twisting screw of the highest order. So let me ask you, in your opinion, budget deficit, a good thing, or should we have a surplus? But no, it's great, fantastic, and it's even tremendous, too. You can't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do. But again, this is what they do. It's all propaganda. It's distractions. It's look here, don't look there. And you know all of that already. Anyway, let us move forward here. What else did I write down here? I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I think I'm going to before I go back to the market real quick. There's this new African variant. And this is how they laugh at us. I'm going to tell you. First of all, are you surprised that there's a new variant out? No, probably not. We had the Mu. Now we have this one. C.1.2. C, period, 1, period, 2. Like C.1.2. I see 1, too. You can't make it up. I dare you. Make that up. See if you can make something like that up. But that's the new one that they're saying has the potential to, be really, really, really bad. Remember, people, what they're doing to you. They have succeeded in doing this. Creating panic and creating fear. Fear is so powerful. Even a tiny dose of fear is enough to render people helpless, to render them zombies, to cause them to not take action, to almost stop breathing. It's the truth. Fear is a mechanism that has been utilized for thousands of years on people to get them to do what others want them to do. It's a method of control. So expect more of these C.1.2 variants and Mu variants and FU2 variants and all these kinds of lovely names that they just conjure up out of thin air. You can't. It's impossible to do. I couldn't make that stuff up. Maybe I'm just not that creative, but it's outrageous. Anyway, let's go back to the market real quick. Gold put on a fractional gain. Silver suffered a little bit of a loss. Now you understand, all of you, silver is much more volatile than gold. Gold is relatively stable. If you look at the price action of gold throughout time immemorial, you see the price action is relatively stable. Now, I already explained to you about crude oil. Let's talk about cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies here remaining under some pressure here. Okay, whatever. Does that mean it's going to zero? How about no? It's not. Still waiting, people. I'm waiting for years now. When I recommended on this blog, and I said, at Bitcoin it was around $2,700. I said, maybe we should start buying this stuff. Well, I was told then, oh, Greg, you're so wrong. It's going to zero. That was at 27. So let's just call it 3,000. Okay, and I'm still holding my breath. Yeah, I really am. All right, look, I think I covered a lot for you here. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I told you about the C.1.2. You can't make that up. This new variant now coming out. Budget deficit's great. Budget deficit of $171 billion. 171. It's fantastic, and it's even tremendous. And anyway, look, you got this all covered, people. We got this so covered, it's not even funny. Again, for those of us that really understand what's happening here, how to take advantage of it, how to be ready for when this turns, it's so simple. We could sleep easy at night. Again, what do I tell you to do? If you are able, you should own large cap dividend paying stocks. Let these companies pay you to own the stock. You understand? That's what I do. I also trade this market. I have all my positions posted right here on traderschoice.net. In these positions, I am a net seller of options, generally about 20% out of the money, expiring as close as I can get to about 2 weeks. I rotate in and out of these positions. It's a beautiful thing. And again, trading is not for everyone, but if you are so inclined, go have a look at that. I do send out how to play these things in my free newsletter. Hint, link in the description of this video. If you are not subscribing really to my newsletter, you're missing out on a lot of stuff. So it's free, 100%. I hope you take advantage of that. Anyway, and for the longer run, people, you got to be in physical gold and silver more specifically. And in my opinion, you got to have some crypto in your portfolio. This is my take on it. Again, you can have your own opinion and you're fully entitled to it. But this has been working. And the beauty of this is when this turns, and it will, we have it covered from both ends. Like we're long risk assets right now, and we're acquiring risk off assets. That's how this is going to flip around at one point. So by keeping yourself in this manner, you're hedged. You're hedged. You don't have to pinpoint when the market turns. You don't have to pinpoint when this whole thing flips around. You're already covered. All right? Anyway, I think you got it. This guy here loves you a lot. Please share the video. Get it out there. I count on you because I'm not on not one social network anymore. Again, I was banned from LinkedIn. I got banned from Twitter. And I need all of you. I need all of you to help get the word out there. If you're part of my team, I call on you every day. Share these videos. Start talking about these things. Jump into the free chat room on my website. Get involved with these people over there. They're pretty smart. And like-minded people need to get together. You understand? I think you do. All right, I'm out of here. I could keep going on and on. I will see you in the morning.